Now, I've been out and about with work this morning and late lunchtime today, folks. Been working from home more this afternoon. But I listened to snippets, well, a bit more than snippets, of Talk Sport this morning. Again, the Jim and Simon show. Did any of you hear it? I'm sure many of you did. They had old Nigel Benn on there. They had Nigel on there chatting about the upcoming fight at the weekend of his son with old Eubank's son. They had Nigel Benn on for most of the hour. Then a little bit later, half an hour later, old Chris Eubank came into the studio and they had 20-25 minutes with himself. Heard the Ben bit, thought, well, I heard a lot of it, not all of it, thought it was great. I've always liked Nigel Benn. I thought it was great, really enjoyed it. Thought it was dead honest, spot on, answered every question, no problem with them at all. Liked everything, and I mean everything I heard. Ended on a sobering note, because he was talking about when his mental health was spiralling and he was really bad, and how he come close or considered ending it all in the late 90s. Since found God and feels better now. Listen, I'm not knocking that. If that works for him, it works for him. Good luck to the fella. I'm glad he's well. But a great interview. And then Eubank comes in half an hour later, and before he talks, he's got something to say. And he went on and on and on with some monologue. Now, I've heard it on the radio. Well, I heard it on the TV, I had the radio on, but I wasn't watching it on YouTube. I don't know if he's read it. They mentioned teleprompter, so I don't know if it's all come on there, the words to it, or if he's had words with him, or if he's remembered it all. If he's remembered the piece, it's a fantastic memory. I'm guessing he's reading it from something, and I'm thinking, what on earth is all this about? If I'd have been in that studio this morning, I said, do you know what, Jim? If I'd have been Simon, and Simon's normally on the boat, Jim, I don't know if I can cope with all this. I'll leave this one to you for half an hour. You do Chris yourself, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. I'll go home early, because it was near the end of the show. He actually ended the segment with another one, tried to read another one, and Simon was trying to not have it, saying, Chris, we don't need it again. But Eubank was determined you were going to get it whether you wanted it or not, and you're thinking, now, it's good VFM, as my mate used to say. He's definitely value for money, Eubank. I've got to say that. And some of the things he says, you can agree with. You agree with, and there's no problem there. But talk about off his head. Honestly, it's just unbelievable. It really is. Did any of you hear it? I'm listening thinking, what's all this about? He must have had Jim and Simon there thinking, what's going on here? He's hijacking our show and he's talking drivel. When do we butt in? When do we get a chance to talk? We brought him here to have a chat with him, and all he wants to do is go on and on and on and on and on about nothing. That means nothing to anybody but himself. And I'm not sure it means anything to himself. Unbelievable. If you never heard it, go and listen to TalkSport. You can download it. Listen to it from 12:30 today to 1 o'clock. He came on about 25 to 1. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm thinking, you really are mad as a box of frogs. You really are. It's unbelievable. Go and have a listen to it anyway. See what you think. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I really couldn't. If I'd have been in car and tuned in, I'd have crashed the car, I think.